Good everyone, in this video today we have a Spade review on the Turan I medium tank. This is one of the many medium tanks added as part of the Hungarian tech tree, shall we say, or sub-tree as some people would call it. And this is one of the vehicles that I've been working on to obviously Spade and review. You will be getting the Zarini 2 next, then the Turan 3, but obviously it might take me a bit of time to get them done. I've got a lot of things that also need doing, and also I'm working another big load of shifts this week, so don't expect to get it done anytime soon. So before I begin, in the description below there's the usual timestamps, so if you want to skip ahead to anything that's relevant, so the Spade Table where there's going to be a bit of a surprise game, don't worry, I'm not using that game. If you want to see it, that specific game featured in a separate video, I'll gladly do that. But anyway, and also there's going to be a timestamp to the gameplay if you just want to cut ahead to that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the Turan's weaponry, armor, and mobility, and we can also talk about that gun, because I'm not too pleased with it, but that's besides the point. So starting out with the armor, this is actually not too bad for 2.3, and it's fairly respectable. We have 50mm in total on the lower glacis, 50mm on the upper part, 50mm on the turret front. Not bad at all. Obviously, we do have bits which are weak, so we have 25mm around the machine gun port and everything. We have the gun breech, which is quite a big weak spot, but surprisingly, not a lot of people tend to breach you because they tend to just either go for this side because they think the gun is there for some reason, or they just go for the hull and only take out the two in the front and keep your crew in the turret alive for the most part. The armor isn't really why you play this thing, but it's enough to the point where if you get it down tier, this thing is still pretty solid. Autocannons and lighter APHE rounds can go through this top part here, which is just 25mm thick. And yes, it will explode in the poor commander's face and shrapnel down into the crew compartment, so do bear that in mind. Coming around to the sides of the vehicle, we of course do have these. I'm going to call them shirts in. Obviously, the Hungarians probably call that a little differently, but I'm just going to call it shirts in because it's easier. Taking off that though, which is around 4mm of effective armor, we have 25mm of side armor in most areas, which is pretty solid. It's not going to be like meta-defining like 40mm of side armor, but you know. Coming around to the rear, we do have 25 on the back of the turret, 25 on the back of the hull, and mostly 13 on the top of the tank, so you are vulnerable to 50 cals should it come to that. Overall though, the armor is actually not too bad for a 2.3 tank. Where it does make up for its subpar armor on the sides, it's its mobility. Now, it's not the highest for its mobility, but we're going to get to what really makes these tanks one of my favourites already, and that'll be the gearbox. But starting off with, the engine is a 260 horsepower engine, propelling the just under 19-ton tank to a top speed of 26.7 miles an hour. Not bad, it's certainly very acceptable, and it definitely gets the job done. Stock, it will be a little bit slower, so expect that to happen, but to be honest, it more than makes up for that once you get a look at the engine's gearbox, let's put it that way. Speaking of the gearbox, we have the gearbox. I know it's transmission, but yeah, I've always called it a gearbox, but well, for the context of this, I'll just refer to it as a transmission, but anyway. We have a 6-speed transmission going forwards and a 6-speed going backwards. This has I believe they call it an electric transmission or something like that. And this can go just as fast forwards as it can go backwards, which is insanely good, especially because it's got rear-mounted smoke grenades. The rear smoke grenades are just on the back here, just near the spare drive wheels. You get 5 uses of them, and trust me, they really do help. And of course, when it comes to the gun, we do have some pretty good metrics about it. -10 gun depression, pretty alright turret traverse speed, 20 degrees of gun elevation, and a reload rate on my current crew of 2.9 seconds. Not bad, and you do get a little stabilizer as well, which works at low speed, so that's always nice. However, we need to talk about this gun because I'm not sold on it, but well, once you get to the Spade Table part, if you're going to watch the entire video through, you'll see exactly why I am still not sold on the gun, but like I can respect it. So the stock shell, which is the shell you should be pretty much using throughout the Spade, is the 36M APHE BC. With like it's okay for its penetration, but I was expecting a bit better, I'll be honest. With just 63mm of penetration and 17 grams of explosive, you can definitely deal with a lot of targets. But the problem is when you get into 3-0 and 3-3 games, where you're going to be with a lot of stuff that literally can just bounce your gun all day long. And that is something where the 43M shell can potentially help out, but it's not guaranteed. We then have a really crappy HE round. Don't bother, it's got the same explosive filler as a 2-pounder, so don't bother. And then we come to the 43M. I never actually used this round because I was pretty confident with the APHE and the vehicle's mobility that I didn't really need it. But for a newer player, I think this will just help you out over some of the vehicles you can come across. Won't always kill like everything in one go, and you won't be able to pen stuff like M4A3s and T34s frontally and things like that. But you can still do something to them. You can at least try and pen a T34's turret front with the APHE or this round. Just good luck killing a M4A3 105. Believe me, I've tried. It's not very easy. And also regular M4A1 Shermans you can run into this vehicle, but you can actually deal with them with the APHE because a lot of them are quite dumb. So there is that. There is a silver lining. The coaxial machine gun mostly fires armor-piercing incendiary, so if you do manage to hit a plane, you may potentially get a fire, or at least a crit. So this should be pretty useful. Overall, though, this is just one of your Joe average 2.3 tanks. It's nothing too, shall we say, extravagant. It just gets the job done, and it's a good lineup filler. Obviously, the lineup you see down below is not exactly the best lineup, but that's only because I just wanted to move around. So, if you are building a lineup, I would slot this thing in as a medium tank. It is pretty solid, just don't expect to be killing everything in it. Anyway, I'm going to move you over to the Spade Table, and we can obviously discuss the interesting game I had in this thing to spade it. Anyway, I'll see you there in just a moment. And welcome to the Spade Table. If you're new to the channel and you've skipped ahead because you're curious as to what this is where I record all of my matches' results, so you see everything in the truth, and I'm not BSing about how the tank did or not. So like I said, even though the tank is average, you can still get quite a few good kill games in it, but you still will have your fair share of bad games in it, because obviously it just can't pen some things, and the teams are just not that great because it gets paired with Germany a lot of the time. So just bear that in mind. Obviously, as well, I didn't really get any feedback from the last video about the Hungarian flag down there replacing the Italian flag, which is normally there. I think it just has a bit more character, so let me know if you think that's a thing you want to see going forward on like sub-tree reviews and things like that. Just let me know. So, battle number 1 was 0 air kills, 2 ground kills, 0 assists. Didn't capture a base either. And you'll notice I died in every single match bar 1. This is just how the tank is, unfortunately. It's not going to survive every game, and it is just one that you will get knocked out, but then you can bring something else. 1140 SL, 406 RP. Not a bad start, and that was respectable given that I got Char 2C bizzed. So, yeah, it is definitely something where you can go, yeah, this is pretty solid. Battle 3 was one of the higher kill games with 9 kills, 2 caps. Did die in that match though. 8,278 SL, 2,676 RP. We then have Battle 5, which is another 9 kill game with 9 kills, 2 assists, 1 cap. Did die. 7,612 SL, 2,109 RP. Then we have the battle, which is not going to be the battle you see. Just bear in mind. This is going to be the battle where you can decide for me, because I've got the replay saved. Do you want to see a 16 kill run with 3 assists in the Turan? Let me know in the comments. But if not, then, well, I'll just discard the footage. But like I say, just let me know. 13,176 SL, 12,486 RP, and that was the match that spaded the tank. It was a good tank. Like I said, it's very average in what it does, and that's nothing wrong with it. But don't expect it to be the top dog when it comes to matches and all that. In a down tier, this thing's going to be pretty respectable, I think. It's got a good gun. It's got actually okay armor for a 2.3. And its turret face is pretty trollish with like some of the parts of it anyway. I do think this is a solid vehicle for a player to learn in because it just teaches them that average tanks can still be good. And just overall, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely something that I wouldn't give to a new player straight off the bat, but to be fair, you still have to unlock rank 2 to get to this thing, and you'll be playing Italian medium tanks anyway, which they're pretty average in most of their aspects. So I think this will teach players a good thing, and personally, I think this is an alright tank and an alright addition. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys off for today. If you do want to see that 16 kill game, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll record the replay for it. Without further ado, I'm going to head over to the gameplay now, and I will see you all on the next one. Well, game number 3. This has been going average so far for a Spade, I must admit. It's not outstanding in any way, shape or form. It's just your Joe average tank that does what it does, but doesn't excel at anything. Oh, hello. Would help if I actually let the stabilizer do some work there, but no, I was stubborn and fired a bit too early, but it's okay. Let's see if we can get it to B before it gets fully capped out. And then we can head towards, like, I don't know, tail end of A and see what we can do there. That's probably our best option. Let's grab ourselves a cap, because caps are always helpful. Oh, teammate's having some trouble. I can hear something just round the corner. I can hear something round this corner. Not sure what it is, but it's BT7. I can hear something else as well. It's not just him. S276 I can hear. Or it's uglier brother, the T80. Yeah. It was an SU like I thought. Okay, let's have a look around the corner again, because the German mains love this corner. I'm glad he's gone. I heard a Panzer, but I didn't know where it was, and turned out he was in that bush that I was looking at. That could be taken very out of context, and I've just realised that now. Bonus points if someone does that in the comments below. Alright. So like I said, I'm not really like surprised by like how this vehicle is doing so far. It just seems very Joe average, and I know I'm kind of making a pun based off of my username and all that jazz, but it's just exactly what it is. It's Joe average. Nah, not gonna have a shot on the Panzer in time. Yeah, he's right around the corner. Okay, so let's reverse up. We'll wait for him to come by, and we'll use the cover that's been presented to us. We don't need to rush this, because that's the thing. We've got the ability to just flank. I say that, but I hit his gun barrel, so that's at least a positive. So now he's going to bugger off, but his body is not. A little bit low. Or high, sorry. Got him. Okay, let's move up. We can push the BT, but I don't know how long he's got on his repair, because he could have an unskilled crew, he could have a skilled crew, I just don't know. So I'm going to take that chance and go for it. Go on, baby, give me some power. Okay. The guy... There was a Panzer up here, I know that for a certainty. Oh shit, there's the BT. He just repaired his gun as well. That was very lucky. Okay. Now, where's that little fella gone in his Panzer? Come out, wherever you are! I shouldn't really be doing this. Yeah, I shouldn't be, because... Hold on a minute. There's a guy in front of me there, there's a guy to my right. Too slow, buddy. Too slow. Goes driver. Explosive filler's not doing a huge amount for us, but that was my fault. That's why you don't shoot the turret front. It has some trollish parts. You want to go for like near the turret ring on this thing, especially with heat. So now where's our little friend gone? I think there was a T-50 or something. Ah, hello there, buddy. Nice, nice, nice. There is a T-50 in the area though, so we can't get too comfortable. Because T-50s are a nightmare for something like this to kill. We may be a medium tank, but we don't have a great gun. The gun's doing okay so far though. There has been some poor aim from my part, not the tank, but we are running into a lot of vehicles that we can comfortably deal with. It's when we meet something that we can't. I'm going to quickly grab the cap. And as soon as I'm done in this cap, I'm going to reverse out and see if I can get an angle on him. Because there's some guys approaching from the spawn now. And I'd rather try and get a position on them, to be honest. Oh, shit. It's that friggin' Chinese armoured car. Hold on. Okay, bit overkill, but we got it. Yeah, that Chinese armoured car is not that great at the moment. Oh no. That's a bomb. How did we survive that? Oh, he only dropped 50. Okay. He didn't drop his 250, otherwise we'd have been dead. Oh, that was lucky. Okay. That's a bug. And that's affected my tank. There we go. There was a guy that literally just spawned there. I think I saw him. There appears to be an AA truck in the spawn. I'm going to load a HE for that. Well, it might be dead, but I'm not sure. I think it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, back to AP. Okay, Kamikaze IL-2 taking out someone. That's okay. We're not doing too bad this game, but like I say, we've been running into a lot of stuff we can comfortably handle. We've not really been running into anything that we can't handle. Which, this thing is pretty good when it meets stuff that it can handle, because it's pretty comparable to a lot of the tanks around this BR. It's when you run into something that you're not. Is that the T-28 1928 version? 1938, sorry. Yes, it is. Oh shit, another T-50. Got his commander and loader. I think we damaged the engine, I'm not sure. He's going around our rear. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think I damaged his breech, but not enough. Got him. Okay, where's that little shit who's been digging my armor? Whew! Okay, load some HE because I think I see it. Whew! We're gonna go out front first. Yeah, there. It's like he knows I've loaded HE. I'm actually quite impressed with how we're doing so far, that's for sure. Like, we've been doing quite well, I must admit. But yeah, we've had a few rough moments, like you saw there with the T50. Oh no. You little shit. I see him in there, but I don't have a shot. Okay, let's reverse up. There's some HE again. And the problem is we just don't have a good angle, and yet, yeah, the SU wanted a shot. That's unfortunate. I should have reversed there, but no. Oh well, and well, as you can see, the side skirt doesn't really do much when he's firing. Is that the HE round? I think that's a HE round, but to be fair, quite a big HE shell. Overall, though, this is not too bad, but yeah, it's not what you'd call exciting for its abilities. It's got some good metrics and everything, but I wouldn't call it meta.